What's up, everybody? This is Hawks here from HawksphereGames. I'm usually not making a video around about this time. I've been quite busy lately. But big news. Facebook bought over Oculus. I only discovered this like around about 7 or 8 this morning, and I thought it was... it came out of nowhere, definitely. I thought it was quite surprising. I didn't expect Facebook to do this, but Facebook buy over things that obviously don't really affect them much, a lot, so... I guess it kind of makes sense. But anyway, let's talk about it. So, this morning, Oculus and Facebook announced that, that Facebook bought over Oculus for $2 billion. It was $400 million in cash and 23, I screwed this up so many times, 23.1 million shares of stock, which values about $1.6 billion. Facebook announced this today, and Mark Zuckerberg made a post about it, but I'm not going to read all that because it does take a while. So, firstly, I really don't know where to look at this. To be honest, it's very difficult because at the moment, Facebook and Oculus doesn't say what this means, hasn't said much on what this means for the project as of the time of making this video. So it's very difficult to say like how I feel about it. At the moment, it's literally just many people pulling out their tinfoil hats equipped with Oculus 2 dev kits and just being all conspiracy about it, just making all theory and worrying about it too much. I really don't know much about where this is going, but worst case scenario, Facebook could screw up the project just being themselves, and that could mean like taking full creative control and not allowing Oculus to do what they had initially planned, and like maybe monetizing it too much by adding Facebook into it or something. I really don't know the exact ways they could screw it up, but Facebook being Facebook, they've done this before when they've bought over certain companies, and it is very skeptical. It is very hard to explain how they could screw this up because there's a lot of ways they could. I mean, it's so difficult to go through all of them. But in good news, it could be just a way from Facebook trying to cash in because they believe that VR is going to make a lot of money. They reckon the Oculus Rift is going to sell well, and probably not now because people are going apeshit over it, but as long as they get the truth out and they just blatantly, or they give Oculus full creative control and they tell everybody they're giving Oculus full creative control and it's the same project, they just want to make money, then that's fine. I'm cool with that. Just as long as the project stays exactly the same as it was before and it's not affected too much from what the initial goal was, and it sells well, it gets a huge market, and VR becomes the next big Cold War of gaming, and Microsoft gets involved. Sony's already got involved. I doubt Nintendo will get involved with it because they're always working on new products instead of adapting on what people have already made. And besides, they already had their VR headsets back in the 80s, early 90s, something like that, which was the Visual Boy, I think it was. Yeah, I think that was it, and it flopped like crazy. So they've already touched that area. They're not going back. It's a very black line that Nintendo won't cross again, I don't think. But definitely, if this does take off, then that means a big thing for gaming. We've got AAAs and indies working on adapting old IPs and working on new IPs. I've heard a couple of devs are canceling now. I heard Notch was canceling the Oculus version of Minecraft because he doesn't really like Facebook that much or something. But, that's fair enough. Everyone has their own opinions, and maybe he might warm up to Facebook once the market becomes bigger again. But this is a two-way, literally. It's a scale, it's a very thin scale that this project is lying on, and if Facebook doesn't clear it up and Oculus doesn't clear this up, it could go to hell. It could really just screw up right here, and Project Morpheus could rule the market, and Oculus Rift could kill itself right here today. Because I reckon VR is going to be the next big thing. I hope it is the next big thing. I'm not a very big VR enthusiast. I have to see it before I start before I start being too enthusiastic about it and praising it like it's the next innovation of gaming. But definitely, if it does take off, I'll be very excited. I'm really looking forward to see if it does, because it means a big thing for innovation and gaming itself. So I hope this does work out. I hope Facebook doesn't screw up too much, and I hope Oculus does get full creative control, because this is a big thing. It is a very big thing. So hopefully everything turns out all right. Hope Facebook doesn't screw up, and that's all I have to say. It's a very difficult topic to pick sides on, because we know nothing about it. I mean, we don't know Facebook's plans. We don't know if VR is actually going to be as big as everyone's conspiracing that it will be. And I reckon if everyone starts taking off their tinfoil hats equipped with Oculus Dev Kit 2s, then, well, I reckon we should be okay with it, and Facebook will start opening up to us, hopefully, and Oculus will start opening up to us, hopefully, and we'll get a bit more of an idea of what's going on, and we can all start going back to our normal lives and just appreciating the product for trying to be innovative. Anyway, this is Hawksphere from HawksphereGames, and next time you see me, I might have an Oculus on my head, if this turns out alright. See you later.